Okay, here we go. So guys, there is so many. Well, first, let me go ahead and say just a reminder. It's Sunday. I hope you guys got your week planned out, even though today is Mother's Day. Today is the day that we celebrate being home, being with our children, being mothers, being queens of the earth, because that's what we are. And I know it was busy today with family and things like that. So if you did not get your week planned out, maybe stay up a little later tonight to get that done. I have been very busy today myself. So that's what I was doing for the last hour, is making sure my week is planned out, making sure I have the days for what it is I'm going to share content wise, how many lives I'm going to do, what I'm going to post about, stories, all of those things. That is being done. And I always like to use Sundays and even Mondays for that. So make sure you guys have your week planned out. And I'm going to go into the training tonight. I understand that we have so many trainings already and so many resources in the team page about enrolling promoters, about confidence and having conversations. And this may, I'm hoping it won't be repetitive, but if I do say something tonight, I hope that it resonates. I hope that it helps you have a better understanding of team building, of bringing people into your team, of being a business owner, because for me, I spent a period of time where I did not enroll promoters. Okay. I did not have any product credit hardly for a period of time in my business. So when I tell you these things, it's all the things I have learned, and it's my personal experience and knowledge that's helped me. So, and the things I've learned as well. So I hope this helps you guys. And one of the things that when we wake up to work our business in the morning, whether we're sharing about the products or the business, I always say our main goal every single day is to get people in our inbox, right? Is to get people interested, is to get people asking, what is Thrive? What do you do for a living? I'm interested. That's our goal every single day. And when I heard that, because I can look left and look right and overthink things. So just to give you guys that goal, make sure at least you have that for your goal for the day, to make sure people are reaching out and asking questions or interacting with you in some way. Because for me, I used to freeze, you guys, when people sent me messages, right? So I want you to ask yourself, are you freezing when someone jumps in your inbox, right? Are you like super afraid? Oh my goodness, Lincoln's behind the curtain, y'all, he's a mess. Are you guys super afraid of, hang on a second, y'all. 1 second. I'm going to get my several bass. Come here, Link. You're a crazy little man. Let's go in here with Nana for a second. I knew you were going to be a little messy. Little stinker. Okay. All right. So sorry, guys. Don't hate me. But all right. Mom life. Are you guys freezing up? Okay. I wanted to make sure I didn't lose my spot. Freezing up on conversations, or when somebody's asking you like, hey, what is it that you do? Because I would have terror and fear come over me all the time when people ask me that. And now today it's a lot different. So I'm going to kind of share with you, when someone messages me, how I walk through it with them, and every conversation varies. Voice messaging is key. And I know sometimes we can't always voice message, but you do want to make sure you're voice messaging as much as you can and sharing your experience, relating to them first and foremost. So this is how I walk through every conversation with my promoters. I relate to them on what they're asking me about by sharing my story. There it went. By talking about, okay, this is where I was before Thrive. This is how I felt. This is my financial struggle. This was where I was at. I know your pain, right? I'm relating to them by telling them, hey, I've been there. Then I go into, when I found this business, this is what has helped me get above water. It's what helped me come off government assistance. And I go into more about storytelling versus the comp plan. Now, I hardly ever talk about the comp plan whatsoever. So you guys do know there's a PDF file for that. Send that as always. But for me, storytelling is very important in conversations. I am telling my story to this person and getting on their level, because I remember when I came in how fearful I was. You want to remember the fear you had when you started, because that's what's on the other end of that conversation, right? Is fear, limited beliefs, right? Is a mindset of I have no idea what she's gonna say. Is she looking at me as an enrollment? Is she looking at me as a dollar sign? Like, these are what people usually think when they're in our inbox, right? How is she going to help me? That's what they want us. That's what they want to know. What can I get out of this business is literally what they're thinking. And I always make it about them. I get established with these people, guys, with my potentials. I ask them their why, sometimes before they get their pack or sometimes after. It just depends on how the flow of the conversation is. But the first day, I always want to know their why. Why are you interested in this business? And what is it that is making you become a promoter? Like, what is your struggle right now? That's what you want to know. And then the flow of the conversation will go so much more naturally the more you talk about that. And all when they do come on, when they're ready or when they're not ready, I still stay connected with them. But guys, people have their reasons for not wanting to start up and get the promoter pack at that time, right? I want you guys to understand you never know what's going on behind the scenes for people who don't want to sign up. That's why we give them grace and let them go, right? And then stay engaged with them as you go with your business. But remember that they could have something going on. Those are for the people who say no and they're not ready yet. They definitely go on your potential list, because 9 times out of 10, if they're asking you about the business, they're going to stay curious the whole time and they're going to watch silently. Or they might even vote again on a poll and then still not jump. Like, there's so many different things that can play into that. But for the people who say yes, for the people who press submit, you guys, I want you all to really look at whatever your rank is. It does not define you, right? I don't care if you've hit your VIPs, if you went 4K, if you went 200K in 2 months. Like, you guys, your rank doesn't define you, no matter if you've hit your VIPs, no matter if you've lost rank or hit rank or whatever your volume is. You are still a leader, right? You are still your own runner, your own hype girl, and you've got to be that person that owns where you're at in your journey and say, okay, I am equipped to bring a new person on and help them hit their VIPs, no matter what my circumstances are, right? You have to have that mindset. And the first 14 days is very important. And I always work closely with them by curiosity posts and all those things, the systems that we have in place. And you want to make sure that you are checking on them and following up as they go. Now, guys, you will have people who take off on their own and do their own thing, right? You will have people who will walk away after 2 days. You will have people who have their own process and in and out or whatever they want, or you'll just have people that are just ready to grow. There's so many different people out there. We all have our own lives and journeys. So you have to just be that leader that works closely with them no matter what, and establish that mentorship, right? Establish that, hey, I am here if you need me. This is what we need to do, right? And I always check in with them and say, like, the beginning of the month with my girls, my personally enrolled, I send them a message. How can I help you this month? What do we need to work on this month? Be sure you know what your team
Play
needs.
extremely slow.
And let them know that you're there. Let them know that you are ready for a one-on-one if they need it, and pour into them as needed. You guys, how are you showing up for your business and for this opportunity? I know that was a little off on a tangent, but you guys, I have my own planner and week scheduled out for 3 to 4 opportunity stories a week. That may be too much for somebody, or that may be not enough. You have to find your flow of how many opportunity stories you want in your business and get it on there. Face-to-face opportunity stories are also something I have implemented. We have our 4 to 6 slides of the business and opportunity, but maybe one day you want to go face-to-face and say, hey, we get our products for free every month. Hey, we get 3 vacations a year every month. This is the auto bonus, and this is what it's attached to it. And this is what I'm working for, right? face-to-face sharing an opportunity on your story, just a few slides, will help them connect with you. And be bold, and always do a call to action too, guys. And when you do call to actions, please do not expect an outcome. I know that's hard because I've been there, but when you do a poll or you do a little slide thingy or swipe up to this, reply to this, when you do those on your opportunity stories and it's crickets for the rest of the day, you have to know you are in sales. You have to know that people will look at that and say, hey, she's still showing up. She is still consistent. I still trust her. You're still establishing your business and foundation with people, no matter what, guys. As a 200K, I know I'm not a 200K, but I'm saying, like, when I do go 200K, I'm going to know I am forever building a foundation. I am forever keeping it fresh. I am forever bringing it back to the basics. So if somebody doesn't, react to my poll or something, I still know I shared my business and I am happy with the content I put out, right? And you all, so showing up for the opportunity, are you working out of abundance? And that means the abundance is the opposite of lack, right? And lack is when we are swimming in limited beliefs and drowning in limited beliefs of saying you are not worthy, of saying you don't have experience, you didn't do this for your business, you can't, like, those limited beliefs have to go out the door every single morning when you work on yourself. They will come in ebbs and flow of the day, but what you have to realize is awareness is very important. When you speak truth over those things, you're going to show up so much differently. You're going to show up in a way people want to see. And that's the growth. And the beauty of this is because that's what people fall in love with. They don't fall in love with the comp plan in 3 steps. It's the growth process. So I hope that makes sense. Working out of abundance, there is never an end goal, right? So sometimes when we hit a rank or hit a goal or hit something massive in our business that's never been done before, we can be like, okay, we're good. Like, we did it. And then kind of get complacent. I've had this happen when I went 12K last year. And I got a wake-up call very quickly because I realized that when I was doing my personal development, I discovered that as a business owner and as an entrepreneur, you are constantly working to evolve to your highest self every single day. And that could be so many forms of development. But knowing that the person you are right now has to grow, you've got to change. You have to have a broader mindset when bringing people on and showing up for your business. So knowing that you've got your goals for the month, when you hit those goals, then what, right? You want to dream bigger. You want to think bigger. You want to make sure that you are sharing this opportunity to people in the best way. And who are you wanting to impact on your social media, right? Adding value is so, so huge, you guys. And I was very, I guess you could say, insecure for the longest time. Okay. I didn't know how to add value. I would hear that and I would just get confused. Today, adding value is simply sharing your day. And as you are doing your personal development and as you are growing and as you're changing your routine, whatever that looks like, that's adding value to people. People want to see your gratitude, right? People want to see your morning routine. People want to see what you're switching up in your day. Or if you want to do an engagement poll or something, they want to see that and they look forward to those things, right? That's part of branding, and part of adding value is sharing your days. And when you look back 3 months, you're going to be like, wow, my stories are so different. Wow, I'm showing up so different. It's because you're working your business and you're growing, and that's amazing. So that's impact, is adding value. And wherever your focus is in the morning, you guys, you want to be aware of your focus on your business every day, right? So for me, my focus is really just being an inspiration in some way. Either I'm being an inspiration or I'm offering information, right? I love those 2 categories because it keeps it simple for me. And then I'll always do a check at the end of the day, right? Did I add value by being inspirational? Did I make someone think that they could work this business? Did I instill that inspiration and belief in them? And that's where your focus needs to be, right? If your focus is over in left field, like, well, this didn't work today, so maybe I'm not cut out for this. Maybe it's too much. You haven't done enough personal development, or your focus isn't where it needs to be, you guys. So look at your focus every day on where you're going in this business. And the biggest thing for me is, where are you spending your time? And this has come with a lot of discipline for me, because I used to scroll a lot, and I used to be worried about other things on my phone, and I've cut my screen time in half, and that's amazing. So when I'm on my phone, I no longer scroll anymore, because I've become aware of that. So when I am working out of abundance, you guys, I'm adding value. I'm scrolling less. My focus is on inspiring people to become greater, to be a part of Lavelle, if that's what I'm sharing for that day. You guys cannot be afraid to share your business, share what you're a part of. And for me, I can still get somewhat afraid, because I will get in my head and say, well, is this too salesy? If your intentions are good with what you're posting about, you're golden. You're golden. If you know that what you have is impactful, it's the vehicle to get people to where they want to go, off government assistance, to really help them lighten the load in their financial world or whatever, you know that you're not salesy, sis. You're sharing what you have your hands on. You're sharing this opportunity. And for me, I know when I do a post that's like, might throw the algorithm off a little bit, because I'll use some keywords about the business or something. That's okay, because if one person sees that, if one person has the heart to, hey, I can do that, I'm interested in what she does, my job is done, right? So don't overthink your post, and if you're salesy and things like that. So that was something that I had to get with, Laura. Yes, people need this. And absolutely, that's something that I realized that, when you really see the other people's success stories, you may have to borrow Katie's, M's, Lynn's, even though their lives are pretty lovely, like they're awesome, right? If you're looking at their success stories, maybe you want to share that, or maybe you need to borrow their success story and say, hey, I'm going to get there one day, buy this business, buy this company, right? It's not, oh, I wish I was her. It's, I can do this too and get there too. But I have to share the same opportunity. I have, because we all have the same 3 steps, and we all have the same platform. It is what you're doing with it and how you're showing up. So authenticity is what me and Liv are going to talk about later on this week. Posting authentic is very important. But like I said, I'll kind of piggyback off this next week. When you are so intentional and so planned with what you are doing every day with your business and with changing lives, you are not going to care if somebody thinks you're salesy. You won't even have a second thought that you're salesy when you know you're sharing this amazing opportunity in whatever way you want, in a post, in a live, on your stories, or however, or reels. When you share that, you're going to be so grounded in it. And if you just certainly know this is what people need. And when you are authentic and you are sharing in that way, you and your 5s is the biggest thing. So I do my 5s list sometimes every 3 months, maybe even less. If I really want to get content out, I have to know my 5s and my product 5s and my business 5s. Those are very important when you do make content. So that's why when I schedule my week out, I'm making sure I'm posting other things about me and not about the business, right? My products and my business opportunities on my stories most days, but I also post differently and share on my stories differently with things going on in my life. So that's your 5s. And if faith or God is one of your fives. Maybe you want to share about a new Bible that you got, or a scripture that stood out to you. Or if you're a dog mom, or you have whatever part of you that you haven't really gone in depth about this week, I challenge you to do that this week and have people connect with you on a different level. Because I was all Thrive for a very long time, and I couldn't ever put Olivia in between there. And I've learned now that it feels so much better when you do, guys, because you take the pressure off of yourself and you're like, okay, this is my Facebook, this is my page. And you realize that people want you. People don't want business and be sold to all the time, but they want you inspiration. They want you in your opportunity. They want you in the messy bun in the morning and your kids running around. Like I said yesterday, they want that. And that's good that you share that in your day. And if you have to plan it out, get more organized, do that. So that's a lot I just talked about, but I hope that this helped in some way. And just be you guys, add your value and plan out your weeks. And I hope this helped you guys. I see some of y'all in the chat. I love that, Dusty. Be confident about what you talk about. Yes, girl. Yes. I don't want to take too much of your all's time because it is Mother's Day, but this was just something I wanted to come on here and share. I hope that it came out right, so you guys got some information a little bit. But like, VIPs is also another thing for new people when they come on those first 14 days. And I'm telling you, that to me is very important. That to me is being closely with them, saying, hey, how are you doing today? What can I help you with? And let's get your curiosity post up. You know, let's get your oh shit list together, walking them through, tagging them in videos, matching their energy, matching their efforts. Do not be discouraged when someone doesn't respond and someone walks away. Guys, we're in the business. That's the nature of this business. That's the love language of this. People will want to get their toes wet, see what it's like. And if they walk away, I'm here for you when you're ready to come back. I've had 2 promoters come back this last month, and it was all God, honestly. And it was all because they were just ready, right? I never said, you're not coming back to the T page. You're not going to do this. You know, like, I was just there. And, you know, I just give people grace and give them time. So I hope this was helpful, and you're welcome, guys. I love all of you, and happy Mother's Day. And I will be back on here next Sunday. I hope we're all here next week. Love you guys.